What is up now, gang? It has been so long since I've done a video on YouTube, like 2 months. That's such a long time. It's been a minute. um, so I decided to do a video to let you guys know where I be at and why I haven't done any videos in a while. Um, okay, so for a while, I'm sorry, I'm messing with my wig. It was like all like bunched up in the bag, so it's all super weird and super shiny. You can definitely tell it's a wig. Anyways, so for the past like several months, I've been super stressed with work and school that it just really got to me mentally, and I just felt broken. And then Snowmageddon happened. Actually, no. Before Snowmageddon happened, I lost my aunt to COVID, which is the second family member I've lost to COVID. Last year, I lost my uncle, which is interesting. It's around the time when I started my YouTube revival was, close to the time when I lost my uncle. Maybe like a month or two after. And then, I lost my aunt in the beginning of February. And then Snowmageddon happened. That's what I call it. I live in Texas. And I don't care what any northern person says. Okay? Like, I've experienced cold weather, alright? I've visited Canada. I played pond hockey up in Canada. I know what cold weather is, okay? I'm good. I know. But what I experienced in my location, and now it could be different in other locations of Texas because Texas is really large. If you don't know how large Texas is, we have 23 million people that live in this state, and it consists of 254 counties. It's a pretty big state. But in my area alone, we had people without power from like Sunday all the way to like Thursday. And our homes down here are not built really to sustain long-term cold weather with no power, okay? They're not insulated that way. They're mainly insulated to keep heat out, not to keep cold out. So, yeah, that was a thing. Also, we were told by officials that it would be like this rolling blackout, brownout, whatever the hell you call it, so people wouldn't be without power for too long. But then that was a major failure. They turned off people's powers and realized that they couldn't turn them back on. So they had to stop doing that. And oh yeah, prior to that, there were chemicals found in our water supply. So we actually could not use our water prior to Snowmageddon. And then, of course, Snowmageddon happened, and we still didn't have water because, pipes are frozen, and yeah. People had lost power. There was an entire day where 911 was down. I didn't even know that could happen. But yeah, there was an entire day that you could not call 911. Grocery stores were completely empty. Like, their shelves were completely empty. It kind of reminded me of like when COVID first hit, when shelves were like emptied. This is kind of what that looked like at grocery stores. Shelves were being emptied, and trucks had trouble coming in to resupply the stores due to the weather. So that was a thing. Some people do have generators down here. That is a thing, because we have a lot of like ranchers, farmers, and stuff like that. They ran out of propane. So, like it was a bad situation. It was bad. Like, it was exhausting mentally, physically. Like, it was just an exhausting experience. Like, and of course, then I'm worried about my mom, who is in her 60s and a breast cancer survivor. So I'm stressed about my mom and her, because she was one of the lucky ones that lost power from Sunday through Thursday. So I'm like, yeah. So that was the thing. And then after that, yeah, school was still a big thing that caused me to have a setback with school, which this was my last semester for my master's program. It caused me to be behind, and it is the first time in all of my education, like, career. I'm gonna call it a career. I'm practically a student as a career at this point, even though I work full time. And I've had years where I've worked like 3 or 4 jobs in that one time. But it caused me to be behind in school. And so I had to ask, the first time ever, I had to ask my professors for extensions because of it. And they completely understood and they worked with me. And I appreciate them so much because I know they did not have to do that. It was just, the circumstances were just garbage. I don't think we finally got like water restored until like the middle of the week after Snowmageddon. And then, of course, it was school crunch time, and I went through a complete like depression episode. Like, it was a major depression episode. I just felt so tired and defeated, and I just was like, I can't do this anymore. And it was really hard because it's like, you know, when you go through depression, I don't know how many of you guys suffer from depression or anxiety and things like that, but I have both depression and anxiety. And having both of those really work well together to like sabotage you mentally and physically. It's like you're literally arguing with yourself whether or not you want to get up and take a shower. Something that should not be like complicated, but it really is. Because you're like, you know I should do this, but I'm like, I really don't want to do this. And I do shower, by the way. But, you know, when you're in that depression episode, you're just kind of like, it's really hard to force yourself to do things, you know? And, but, you know, luckily through the support with my fiance and my mom, I was able to get through that episode and finish all my schoolwork. And I managed to somehow, I feel like I pulled it out of my ass somewhere, to get all A's this semester for my last semester of my master's program. So, I am actually graduating this May with a master's degree in criminal justice, and somehow managed to be honored as a member of the Order of Sword and Shield National Honor Society. I really like the name, Order of Sword and Shield. It's very cloak and dagger. So that's pretty cool. So I'll get to wear my little sword and shield regalia graduation, and hopefully I don't fall on my face walking across the stage to get my diploma, which really isn't a diploma because they mail it to you. You just get like a folder thing. I mean, it's nicer than like a folder, but you know what I mean. I don't know. So at the time, it didn't really like sink in that I was going to be graduating. Like, I was still trying to recover from the depression and everything. And then, you know, I had to have some mental health days with work, which set me back. And then I got my first COVID shot. Oh, did not like me. That first shot, I had like immediate side effects from that. That sucked. And then somehow after that, I managed to get the flu and strep throat for 2 weeks after that. Like for 2 whole weeks after. And then brings me to this week, which had my second COVID shot, and the side effects were not as bad as the first one, which is weird. I know other people have been different. I don't know. Everybody's different, I guess, apparently. This one was mainly just my arm was sore, and I was super duper tired, and headache and nausea. That was really my main things. The second time. The first one, I was like dead. But I don't know if it could be because it was like also onset flu. I don't freaking know. How long does the flu even last? Ugh. I have no idea. But for me, it lasted for like 2 weeks. So that was super fun. Also, big news was that, so I also applied to get my master's in applied psychology as well. So I'll have 2 master's degree because I'm an overachiever masochist. I knew the program was competitive, but I did not realize it was competitive as it actually was. So they only let in 26 spots this year. And sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes it's a little bit less, but it's roughly around like 20 to 27 spots usually. And they let in 26 spots for the fall semester, and I got one of them. So I will be starting my applied psychology master's program in the fall. So I'm getting my master's in criminal justice in May, taking the summer off to just chill. And then starting in August is when I start my new master's program. Yeah, so that's exciting. I'm also currently trying to work on designing and decorating my cap for graduation, which has been a fun little thing. So it's funny because my mom tells me that I am too old and I should be more professional since it's my master's degree. And I'm like, really? Like, I play video games, I wear wigs, I do like ridiculous makeup. When am I an adult, really? And you know, at first, like, I was thinking, I was like, what if I'm the only, like, master's degree program that decorates their hat? Like, And then I got to thinking about that, and I was like, that's a really stupid reason not to decorate your cap. Like, if you don't decorate your cap because you feel like you might be the only one, that's a really stupid reason. So, I'm decorating my cap. And it's going to be something that's very special to me. It's very much tied in with my Viking heritage, which nobody will get it unless they are of that knowledge. Which I hope to show, like, progress photos of that too, like, on my social media. And of course I'll show it on here. I'll probably do, like, a special, like, graduation, like, recording day of me and my graduation stuff. Just to record shit in. And I will probably stream the evening of my graduation because I'm not going to a bar to drink. It's too damn expensive. Like, I'm gonna go out to dinner with some peeps and celebrate. Why is there a freaking ad? Get out of here. And then I want to, like, come back and stream on Twitch and just celebrate with everybody's that I did a thing. But yeah, another thing is I did finally today, actually, before I did this video, relaunch my Patreon. So that is active again, and I did change up some of the tiers, and like the cost of it ranges from $1 to $20. And I had to do this because, you know, previously the way I had it set up, I felt like it was too much for me to do while working full-time and going to school full-time. So what I ended up doing is refunding people December and January for theirs. And of course I've been not charging them for February, March, and I didn't charge them for April. And yeah, May is when I'm going to start billing again. And then if you guys decide you want to like sign up for Patreon, it does bill you at the time you sign up, FYI. But there's a link to that down below in my description. You guys can check out my Patreon and look at the tiers. So there's a lot of different stuff I want to do with that. I don't know, like I feel it's almost like, you know, when I got sick for like essentially like what feels like 4-5 freaking weeks. Maybe I needed it because it was like a good detox. Like, damn. Because I feel a lot better mentally and physically. And also I've decided that I also wanted to start focusing a little bit more on my health. And I ain't doing it for anybody else. Like, I know I be fat. And I'm fine with being fat. The decision for me to work on my health is just for me. Because I'm tired of my fat ass bumping into shit when I walk around. Damn it. You know, and also I just want to be healthier, so, you know, live longer, you know, those kind of things. So that's also going to be a thing that I'm going to be focusing on this year. But I'm also, you know, excited to see how this year goes for me with the things I have planned, and I'm hoping to keep this new energy going because gosh dang, the like months of struggling has just been, it's been a lot. It's been super heavy. Like I know my ass is heavy, but like the stuff weighing on me was like 10 times heavier than what I weighed. Like I felt all this weight on my shoulders, and it was just, it was too much. Like it got to be way too much. So, but yeah, so I feel like I'm going to be recording more videos and streaming more on Twitch and being more active and things. That's my plan. So hope you guys stick around for everything that's to come if you even bothered to watch this video. It kind of explained a little bit, and it kind of let you guys know a little bit other things. I don't know. This was kind of a weird video for me. I guess because I'm in a good mood. I don't know. But also, I liked my background. I hope you guys like it. It's the Rise of the Phoenix! I embody this. Because, man, you can't kill me off that easy. I be rising up like the Phoenix. Once you think I'm just done and finished, I be popping out of nowhere, and I'm like, I've arrived. Flame and flutter. Flame and flutter. That should be a thing. But alright, so that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys actually like watched it. And if you didn't, it's cool. You won't hear any of what I'm saying. But please have a good night, good day, good afternoon, morning, whatever. I haven't done a video in so long. I'm like, what do I even say? Please have a wonderful existence, because I am out. Now, gang, so boop.